The weather is looking good for a full show. I have been in contact with Red 1, so it looks as though we are on time to give you our fast and exciting and dynamic show. But RIAT, get yourselves ready for the loud and colourful arrival. Please put your hands together for the 2022 Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. The aircraft pulling up at 4G and over 400 miles per hour as they collapse into 7 Arrow. As they reach the peak of the loop, it will be approximately 5,500 feet and slowing down to a speed of approximately 150 miles per hour. The smoke goes off as the team leader bends the formation around to the right. Team leader this year, Red 1, is squad leader Tom Bold. He's in his second year on the team, having previously served as the synchro leader in 2017. He's also a former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mark II and Tucano. He has flown Typhoon operationally and he was a former Tucano display pilot. The smoke goes on as Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 make their way to the back of the formation in the first of our space-themed shapes. As the team bend around the right, get your cameras ready for the shuttle roll. As the team roll to the left on the right hand side, closest in is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Stu Roberts. He's in his first year on the team, having previously flown Typhoon with 11 and 12 squadrons at RAF Coningsby. His opposite number on the left hand side, close in, is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Patrick Kershaw, known as Paddy. He again is in his first year on the team, having previously flown Tornado GR4 and has also flown Typhoon on 11 and 12 squadrons at RAF Coningsby. Reds 4 and 5 smoke as they move up alongside Reds 2 and 3 sat behind Red 6. The Red Arrows are based at RAF Scampton to the north of Lincoln. RAF Scampton was the famous base for the famous Squadron 617, the Dam Busters in World War II. Scampton will close at the end of this year and the team will move to RAF Waddington to the south of Lincoln. In tribute to the station, its squadron and its history, and now that 617 fly the new F-35, this is the Lightning Loop. The team bend their way to the left, and on the far right hand side is Red 4, squad leader John Bond, known as Bundy. Bundy is in his 5th year on the team and he was the synchro leader last year for 2021. He has also flown Typhoon operationally and is a former qualified flying instructor on the Tucano and was the Tucano display pilot in 2012. Once again, Reds 4 and 5 smoke on as Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 move up to sit behind Red 1. The go call is made by Red 7 as Red 6 moves to the right behind Red 2 and 7 moves behind Red 3 on the left hand side. That puts all the even numbers on the right and all the odd numbers on the left as Red 1 bends the formation around to the right at 3G, making the move even more difficult. Once again, get your cameras ready for the Phoenix roll. As the aircraft roll to the left, you can see the iconic shape of the Hawk aircraft. The Hawk has been in service with the Royal Air Force since 1976, and it's been with the team since 1979, where it replaced the Follard Gnat. In March 2022, with the closure of the Royal Air Force Squadron 100 Squadron and 736 Royal Naval Squadrons, that makes the Red Arrows the sole operator of the T Mark 1 in the United Kingdom. Once again, Reds 4 and 5, the smoke come on as they make their way to the rear of the formation. The Royal Air Force is constantly looking to adapt and develop its capabilities, and on the 1st of April 2021, Space Command was formed. As the Royal Air Force acknowledges the importance of space in all military operations of air, land, maritime and the cyber domains. In tribute to the importance of space, with a shape that represents the lunar landing craft of those early missions of the 1960s, this is Apollo. The Red Arrows is of course a military unit, and as such we are commanded by Wing Commander David Montenegro, former team leader and synchro leader who has flown the F3 and is a former qualified flying instructor. There are 9 pilots on the team this year and all have 1,550 passenger hours, must be assessed as above average to join the team, and they have all flown operationally on either the Hawk, the Typhoon, the Tornado, the Harrier or the Tornado F3. Reds 6 and 7 now join alongside Reds 2 and 3 with Reds 4 and 5 in trail. For the crowd favourite, for the dynamic and colourful, representing the combat aircraft which is no longer in service but was on operational service for nearly 40 years, once again get your cameras ready for the Tornado. The aboard call is made as Reds 4 and 5 roll around the smoke of the rest of the formation. Watch for the colour change as Red 1 brings the formation to the right. As Reds 4 and 5 smoke red and blue. Smoking red is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Dave Simmons, known as Simo. He is a former Tornado pilot and has also flown the Harrier and the F5 while on exchange with the United States Marine Corps. 2022 is an important year for the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth as Her Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, celebrates 70 years of reign, therefore making her the longest serving Queen in history. In tribute to the prestigious occasion of her Platinum Jubilee, get your cameras ready for the colourful Jubilee Present. Come on. I mentioned there was 9 pilots on the squadron, but of course the Red Arrows is not just about the pilots. We are a squadron of over 120 personnel, and over 100 of them are support personnel of engineers, administrators, public relations, logistics and operations personnel. And they are known as the Blues. Called the Blues because of the blue coveralls that they wear. And a part of those Blues there are 10 individuals known as the Circus. and they fly in the back of the aircraft between air shows when we cannot take the full engineering complement. One individual see out front is Air Specialist 1 Abigail Druitt, and she is Circus 10, the team photographer who often flies in the back of my aeroplane, capturing those wonderful images and videos across social media. As we come to the end of the first half, you can see the team is now split. We have Reds 1 to 5. They are now known as Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5, with Reds 6 and 7, the synchro pair. And in the second half, you will see the fast and dynamic passes showing the agility of the Hawk and the skill of the pilots. But look directly to your front. You can see the twinkling of the nose lights. Get your cameras ready for the detonator. That tone signifies for the synchro pair to break with Red 7 smoking red and Red 6 smoking blue. They pull up to approximately 1,000 feet before pulling hard back towards the display line, where they will descend down to 100 feet and have a closing speed of over 700 miles per hour. They will perform a series of barrel rolls in a maneuver we call the double rolls. Look to your front right 45 now, and you can see the Enid formation start to pull up. Currently smoking white, and the colour goes on to change to the red, white and blue, as they perform a series of barrel rolls through the sky, leaving a snake-like smoke trail in the sky. We like to call this the Python. The motto of the Red Arrows is ACLAT, which means excellence, which means that every member of the squadron, from the officer commanding down to the very lowest rank, is always trying to strive for excellence in everything that we do. We're also aware that we are only guardians of that motto for 3 to 5 years, and therefore we try to leave the squadron in a better place for those that join it behind us. Look to your left and right as the synchro pair return back to the display line. Once again at 100 feet and over 700 miles closure. A series of aileron rolls before they pull up in a maneuver we call boomerang. Each aircraft pulling up at 5G, which means that everything about them now weighs 5 times heavier than what you and I are as we stand on the ground. They will continue to an inverted position with 60 degrees nose down, diving back down to that 100 feet and that 700 miles per hour closure as we finish the boomerang. Keep looking to your left-hand side and you'll see Enid formation coming in, currently smoking white. Reds 2 and 3 smoke red as they perform a series of barrel rolls around Reds 4 and 5. And Reds 4 and 5 smoking blue as they roll around Reds 2 and 3 in one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots each year to master. This is rollback. Keep looking to your right hand side as the synchro pair starts to come back in with red 7 in trail on red 6. Red 7 smoking, red, white and blue rolling around the smoke of red 6 is Flight Lieutenant James Turner, known as JT. He's in his 3rd year on the team, having previously flown Typhoon and is a former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mark 1. Keep your eye on the synchro pair to the left hand side as they start to pull back towards us, pulling that 5G. With red 7 on trail on red 6, the synchro lead. Red 6 is squad leader Gregor Ogston. He is a former Typhoon and Harrier pilot and is also a former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk T Mark 2 and is in his 4th year on the team. He smokes blue, turns to the left as he lines up with Enid coming in from your front right 45, who have now formed an inverted V. Red 6 lining up with the rest of the formation for the colourful double goose. A little bit right now. Each aircraft is fitted with a smoke pod. That smoke is capable of giving us 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of blue smoke and 1 minute of red smoke. And therefore each display is carefully choreographed to ensure that we have the right smoke in the right colour at the right time throughout the display. As Enid leaves the display area to our left hand side, keep looking directly to your front and you can see the nose lights of the synchro pair once again twinkling in the distance. As red 6 pulls up with red 7 on trail, get your cameras ready. The red smoke goes on as they separate for the crowd favourite, the Synchro Heart. RIAT give the synchro pair a round of applause for producing a magnificent heart in the skies of RIAT today. Once again, the synchro pair turn in for their final pass at 100 feet and that closing speed of over 700 miles per hour in a manoeuvre which was named by a viewer of the One Show in 2020. This is called Crossbow. Look directly to your front now and just about through the red and blue smoke of synchro you can see the Enid formation once again smoking white. The red smoke comes on from red 1 as he performs a series of barrel rolls around the rest formation, leaving the infinity symbol in the sky for the infinity break. But RIAT, it's been an honour to display for you again over the weekend, but please put your hands together for the 2022 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows! Red 1 puts the white smoke on as he gathers the rest of the formation to bring them back for their final running and break to land. As I said, for the team, it's been an absolute honour and a pleasure once again to be back at RIAT and display for you today. If you'd like any more information about the Red Arrows, we are across on the internet for raf.mod.uk/Red Arrows. We're on Facebook, RAF Red Arrows, and Twitter at RAF Red Arrows. On behalf of the team, I'd just like to say thank you for your support throughout the season and the past and the future. Please take care of yourself in the sunshine and the heat today, but I hope to see you next time, and thanks for your support. Goodbye.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Squadron Leader Graham Muscat there.